Welcome to 6ABC's Weekend Extra, paid for by Mainline Health. Here's Jessica Boynton.
In October, we celebrated National Coming Out Day. You may have questions about how you can better support the LGBTQ community. And every person has their own journey in understanding what it means to support LGBTQ people, whether you're LGBTQ or not. One way to support your family, friends, and those in the community is to be an ally. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And to help us with that is Dane Menkin, a nurse practitioner and the Division Director of LGBTQ Services at Mainline Health. And thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get right to it. What does it actually mean to be an ally?
So to actually be an ally is kind of a broad definition of things, but what it really means is it's one single individual voice who wants to stand up for and feels concerned about the well-being of LGBTQ people.
Okay, so what advice would you give someone who is on their way or wants to be an ally?
So the good news is that if they want to do it, they're already there. That's the first step, is to decide that this is something that's important to you and that you're going to pursue. Some other things that are important for LGBTQ allies include being conscious of the language that you use, asking the question of people that you're looking for the answer for. So if you want to know if somebody's married to a same-sex person, you want to direct your questions at the answer to that. You always want to use the right pronouns and the right name for somebody. If somebody tells you they want you to use a name for them, it's important that you use that name. And if you make a mistake and use the wrong name, it's equally important that you say you're sorry and that you don't make the mistake again. You get the right name moving forward. Same thing with pronouns. Do your best to make the right pronoun choice. And if you make a mistake, say you're sorry.
So why is it important for an LGBTQ person to find a healthcare provider who is also an ally?
We are all really vulnerable when we engage in the healthcare system. It doesn't matter who we are. We're in a vulnerable position. We need something. We may not feel well. And it's just sort of one additional layer for LGBTQ people to find a healthcare provider that understands them and is ready to act as their own, as an ally.
Mainline Health is providing LGBTQ inclusive care. Why is that?
Mainline Health realized a few years ago that LGBTQ patient populations have certain specific needs, as many underserved or vulnerable or marginalized populations do. And that kind of healthcare is really important for Mainline Health. We want to see people that need the care, even people that need specialized care.
What is the LGBTQ inclusive care program at Mainline Health? Explain that.
Our inclusive care program is a combination of a lot of different things. It includes specific training for providers to take care of LGBTQ specific health concerns and issues. Things like a curriculum that our clinical team goes through that covers things from LGBTQ history to health disparities to accessing care, sexual health, STDs, gender affirming care for both children and then for adolescents and for adults, and then for people living with HIV. We also have a program at Miramont Treatment Center that is dedicated to treating addiction, which we know is in higher rates in LGBTQ communities. Our staff has specific training on their roles in LGBTQ inclusive care. It includes things like how to do in-office HIV testing, teaching people how to self-inject medications like hormones. And then our support staffs are specially trained on how to gather a patient's name, how to ask about correct pronoun use, and then how to recommend resources that are important for the LGBTQ community.
Inclusion is so important, especially in something that's so personal like healthcare. Dane, thank you so much for being here with us today. All great information.
Thank you.
Now, if you need more of that information, you can find it at mainlinehealth.org/WellAheadPhilly. Thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your week.
Well Ahead Philly helps you gain access to the information you need to feel better and live well every day. Thanks for watching 6ABC's Weekend Extra, paid for by Mainline Health.